Hello and welcome, I'm Misstical. This is Misstical Gaming. We're jumping into the dev insights. It came out sort of 2 days ago, but then they released the patch notes for the Forerunner, and then that had some of the answers I've got in this. So I've just sort of delayed it a little bit so you can actually see when they say coming in next patch, we can actually have a look at the Forerunner and have a look at what it's actually going to be like, that sort of thing. Okay, so there was a little bit of a delay in bringing this out, and that's why. Okay, so first question in regards to this one was, I've got my zombies running in the background as well. Okay, right. Player one. So there's a few players questioning about this. There is a huge issue with stamina in the new update. The limited people to the amount is having a huge impact on the player. This needs to be recalculated and either let people invest diamonds into making their stamina limit higher. Something needs to be done. As an active player, I am now limited to farming per day. They're not the only one, actually. I was surprised that this many people were affected by it, to be honest, but there you go. Please revert the stamina limitation nonsense. You released an amazing PvE content, Malrik's Hall, okay, right, which needs insane amounts of farming to get the keys. But yeah, that's true, the keys aren't a good drop rate. And then you hard nerfing farming for what? To force people to buy stamina deal packs. So they are still selling them, which is, I don't know if they've reduced the number of cells or what, but consider this terrible change, or reconsider this terrible change, sorry. Again, not the only one. Someone else has come out, why do you reduce the amount of energy that can be brought for rubies? The old amount of energy that could be brought, I did not bother those who brought the energy, and they spent everything grinding quite normally. Now we have limited it, and it is bad for them. And those who burnt out and did not buy the energy before. This has now made it worse for players who are interested in developing and grinding raids. You were asked about something else, and you made battle speed faster on auto, or the ability to close the game during the grind. So there we go. Less and less people seem to be happy about this. Remove the cap for 10 purchases potions back to 99 a day. This revert is extreme as incremental gem increase for buying stamina with gems. 6,000 stamina used to cost 1,900. It now costs 3,740. I think 3,720 actually. And we're getting close to 50% less for the value of 1 step for 2 steps back. So yeah, a lot of players are really not happy with the stamina bump. The answer isn't that great, actually. This is a quick calculation now on what the stamina costs you and what it used to cost you per transaction. Okay, so there we go. It's all for each one of those is 200 stamina as well. Okay, thanks for your feedback. We limited the stamina to prevent players from grinding play modes excessively and becoming bored. The current amount of stamina obtained through normal means it is sufficient to cover most players' daily requirements. The stamina provided by the events and play modes is unchanged. No reduction was made. For the future, we plan to continue monitoring stamina situation. If significant changes are observed, we will hold internal discussions about what ways to improve stamina. Consumption-related content. There we go. So, no real change. That's it. It's in, and they have no intention of changing it. Now, that being said, change the drop in the dungeon when it became irrelevant, and it would be enough to make players interested in the game again. Currently, this dungeon is completely useless. Well, completely, but yeah, it's not great. And there, at the very least, needs an update. Yes, it does. You need to remove all tier 1 and tier 2 equipment from the drop and make it only tier 3 crafting lever drops from this dungeon. You can also add it to the rare rewards, ancient tier 3 equipment and exclusive tier 3 equipment as well. There is nothing else to change in this dungeon, but it will become relevant for completion. So there we go. Not happy with gear dungeon, and again, not the only person either. So devs in the dev insights 7.7 to 7.13, a quick snapshot of it there. We plan to remove stamina consumption for the gear dungeon in the future. In the meantime, the drops of the gear dungeon will be increased. Players will be able to obtain more types of rewards from the gear dungeon, such as Trial Keystones. Where's the drop improvements for the gear dungeon? Today we had a new dungeon reset and it remains the same. So there we go. That's That's what they said in the previous one as well. If you want a quick read of that, help yourself. So player 3 jumps in with a few things on the overall aspects of the game. Instead of adding keys to GB pool, give an additional chance, so you get 3 items if you're lucky. Okay, and then the next thing they're on about is actually AMR. Now they're not alone in this as well. Just done a video on this myself. I can put the link in the description below if you like. Just sort of breaking down how much stamina and what you get for it. Okay, so buff AMR loot and add keys as a possible drop. I don't think I have to explain this one, but I'm farming for like 2 weeks. I wouldn't bother. Now thousands of runs and the outcome was crazy. Disappointed. It's way too expensive for what it gives. It either reduce the cost by a good amount or increase the loot from stage 19-20. Instead 3 to 12 to 4 to 12, 7 to 12, and stages 21 to 22, 9 to 15, or just cut the stamina cost in half for all of these stages. AMR is currently the second worst stage to farm because it's so expensive, and the loot is really important and often really good, as it's only just too expensive. It is. I don't bother farming it now at all. I do my Void Rift and I do it from there. Okay, and the last bit they put in there, gear dungeon, remove the cost completely by removing tier 1, tier 2. Right now tier 3 gear, it rarely drops in addition, and it doesn't drop any keys, so it's really demotivating to even start to run, because everything else is just more attractive. Maybe even boost the ancient and unidentified rates, since the only place you can get them, and I've barely seen one. Yeah, I don't get them particularly often either. But there we go. So luckily the devs have done bits. I mean, thanks for your feedback. We removed the stamina cost. Absolutely brilliant. I'll show that on the other slide. The stamina cost is now gone on the Forerunner, as well as add keystone drops in the gear dungeon, version 36, August, September. So this has just come out on the Forerunner. Top one is stage 6, nothing there, and then it's stage 7 where you can start to get keystones 1 to 3. I think that's a bit tight. I think you should have started stage 3 and then do the drop rates of maybe keystones 1 to 2, which would more align with the gear raids. I don't think they look at the gear raids, the BP or the stamina cost. I think they just sort of go, we're going to put some in, which is a bit of a shame really. Maybe look at it a bit more closely, but there we go. Please increase gear inventory space. 2,000 is not enough. I know it's never be enough, but adding more space would really help, having to do less gear cleansing. Thanks for your feedback. Inventory space expansion is already scheduled for upcoming versions. I don't know which one. This is on the Forerunner at the moment, post the last update, and we are still at 2,000. Increase Hyperion's max level and add more faction trials, Arbiter and Chaos 2. Thanks for your suggestion. We are already making new faction trials, and they'll be added gradually to the recent versions. There apparently is one being added now to the Nightmare one, but I can't see that until tomorrow. So although the patch has dropped, you can't have a look at it. So there we go. Login rewards are bad. Yeah, they don't get any better. So this is day 850-ish, looking around there. And they're going the whole year, and they should get something more significant than a Lord Soulstone. This would give people something to look forward to. Yeah, it would, but they don't. That's $100 they're giving away there, isn't it? So thanks for your feedback. We will continuously and gradually add some achievement related content in the future to provide rewards for older players, but nothing about actually updating it. I tell you what, actually, of all the things Raid Shadow of the Legends does badly, like monetize and make you feel bad and that sort of thing, the daily login rewards weren't bad. You've got relatively good heroes every sort of 30, 60, 90-ish days, something like that. There was a period where they went through giving out fairly good. So maybe you could do something like that. If someone's done 6 months without getting a Piercer Lord, is it too bad to have a Piercer Lord in there? You know, one of the epic ones, because that range that the Lord skill gives you is absolutely fantastic. Maybe put a Laurel in there or something like that. She adds in a lot of content related stuff that you can do. A lot of comps rely on her. So I think there's more that you can do to this than you actually bother to do, but it is what it is. There we go. Mystery Demon chests and refined crystals serve entirely different purposes on having different value to players. How do you come up with an idea that these items appear for some players but not for others? Please consider ensuring that all players receive both rare rewards separately. One should not cancel out or replace the other if these rewards are truly meant to be random but not simultaneously. Then they should still rotate fairly among players over time. Changes made at the end of the GVG season are often disappointed and negatively affect the overall experience. Thank you for taking the time to consideration. Thanks for the feedback. Starting from the next round of the dungeon shop, it will sell Mystery Demon chests. There we go, Mystery Demon chests and refining crystals. That sells them. Okay, I think it sells 3 a month. I think it's 3 a month it sells. There we go. So which leads me on, I mean, the shop is due to rotate in about 16 days when this goes out. So does that mean we're looking at the patch to drop within 16 days on global? That would be nice. We'll have to wait and see. Back into this. Right then. So please introduce an Overlord 1, 2 and 3 just like Platinum. Better rewards for everyone. Overlord 1 can be 600. Overlord 2 can be 800 Apex coins, Overlord 3, 1000 Apex coins. Apex can probably stay the same, I don't know, maybe 3000 for a top, 300 it seems. Thanks for your feedback. We have already noticed the experience issue players encountering in PvP. This is an issue that you have created. You created this terrible issue with Apex coins and the massive jump in being an Overlord compared to being in anywhere else with the amount that you can get. We will continue to adjust the number of Apex Overlords and ranking rewards based on the number of each rank. I mean, it's just terrible. You haven't monitored it. This has gone on for months and you've done nothing. I mean, yeah, monitoring it, yeah, thanks very much. It's just I don't know, it's a terrible answer. Okay, where's the weekly Cerberus camp? Yeah, we had a little spell, didn't we, where we got new heroes coming in when they were there for like 3 or 4 missions going through. Is this all in one of the ways to reduce stamina? If you were the person that put in a reduced stamina, then they have reduced the amount that we get from events, because we used to get stamina from this event as well, didn't we? And we don't, because I haven't seen them for a while. It seems like most people received this once and it hasn't returned since. I know it's still coded as my brother's new account received it. Okay, but it seems like accounts are only able to have it once. Thanks for your feedback. The special visit in the game will not be triggered repeatedly. We will also continue making special visits for heroes, implement them in the future versions. Oh, that's a shame. I thought this was going to be a normal. I'm going to check on that. I'm not sure that is true. I thought they were coming around often. It's a shame because they introduced something nice in the game and then we don't see it again. But there we go. Question 9. Please overhaul daily, weekly and monthly quest rewards. Add new items like Keystones. Ta-da! And there we go. Thanks for your feedback. We continue adjusting the rewards for the future and we will add Keystones into the drop rates of the next version. So this is the weekly reward. So when you do your weekly, when you level up 3 items to level 8 or above, then this is now the reward you get, a level 1 to 2 keystone. There you go. That's it. So they've changed that weekly reward. Please fix Ancient Divines. Having to hit pity almost every time on both is annoying, especially with Ancients. There should be a high chance of getting a Lego and they are hard to get and so expensive. That doesn't make them the sense rare and is my bad. My bad. Okay. Thanks for the suggestion. It has come to this day. The difficulty of obtaining ancient summoning crystals and the legendary summoning crystals has been gradually reduced. Okay, maybe. The chance of obtaining heroes using these 2 items will not be adjusted at the moment. Okay, so no change there from what they say. We'll touch on this at the end as well. There's something else we're going to save to the end because it doesn't come up in this dev insight. So we'll just do this dev insights and then there's a bit at the end I want to touch on for. Thanks for Legendary Lords only. Thanks for your suggestion. Summoning allows players who are early game to obtain a hero that is useful during the game stage. It will not be limited to Legendary Lords. Yeah, that was never going to happen, but it's yeah, nice effort. Okay. Question 12, bring back the ability to communicate in the opponent in guild during GVG. GVG to spice up matches, allow chat channel during the match between all members on both sides, and that way we can communicate and do some trash talking and maybe lighten up the chat channels. Even normal chatting is a pain because everything seems to be censored for no reason. Yeah, there is a lot of censoring on there. Thanks for your suggestion. We will build it between the second half of this year and the first half of next year, so it's about a year before this arrives, to improve the communication experience. The GVG chat channel will be considered to implement then. So I'm not saying no, but it does appear to be a good year away before you see anything. Regarding the extant bundle, so I'm a spender, and I would have brought this pack except one, Viona, and two, I have half the listed heroes, A5 Viona, and I have Venema, sorry, and no way I would buy with a high risk of a useless dupe. Please make these packs always give an unknown hero. You will make more money. That's got to appeal to them, surely. Now, thanks for your suggestion. Our current packed item does not have a feature to obtain unknown heroes. However, fulfillment for various players needs to obtain heroes considering different packs. Players make purchases according to their situations. No, you make packs to help people get rid of their money so you can make some. But we keep putting this in every month. You didn't answer it this month, and you buffed him, but you still haven't buffed her, so we will just change this on a monthly basis, and we will just keep asking about Venema. You did say you were going to buff her, so we will keep asking until such time you do, although it took you since November to do Elder, and look what happened to that. So there we go. Can you please add a way to auto sell gear? Similar to that you can do artifacts. We are now below a certain rarity. Implement the same concept for gear raids. For example, auto selling anything that doesn't have a thumbs up if you want it to. Gear cleansing is painful and would allow us to farm runs of 500 with only 150 gear slots available if you wish. Absolutely fantastic for you. So good news for you then. So they have done it for you then, haven't they? Thanks for your feedback. We've already made this feature automatically sell non-recommended gears, and it'll be implemented in the next version. So there it is. It's almost exactly what you asked for. It's almost as if the devs wrote and put that question in, because it's almost spot on what they asked for. Probably didn't do that, but I'm cynical and don't trust them. There we go. 15, Demon Soldier BP dropped by 40% from 400k to 240. I can't win anything. Defense heroes BP didn't change. I'm losing to easy defense teams, and my Demon Soldiers with the best affiliation don't scratch. Then suddenly, what's happening? Thanks for your feedback. We did not change the Demon Soldiers stats. We simply made improvements to the BP calculation. The BP calculation is terrible. This time we adjusted the original inflated BP for the Demon Soldiers alone, and gave implementation of faction Demon Soldiers. The Demon Soldiers BP can reach at double that of the heroes. The overall BP of the adjusted Demon Soldiers will be relatively more reasonable and worth referring to. No changes were made to the actual stats of the Demon Soldiers. Please refer to the related explanation and the version update notice. There you go. I don't think they thought that at all, but I think they understood what had happened. Malrik Souls limited current 50 needs to be increased or removed. I honestly just a way to time consuming. Okay, I have been better idea to make it simply gear dungeons where crystals would serve as keys to challenge different fixed levels, so that you can at least use auto fights. Thanks for your suggestion. We implement auto battles feature for levels 1 and 2 keystones in the following update. This hopefully will save much time for players. So this is the new update, and there we go. There is an auto battle down there, so you can auto it. Okay, there's a couple of other changes as well, but we go over all of that in a separate video. There's quite a lot of it to get through. Okay, but then you'll be prepared for it. Okay, so please add some kind of favorite system for gear. Propose to highlight your best gear when trying to gear for the hardest content. Thanks very much. You're making a new gear inventory. Yeah, they're making a backpack, aren't they? So all sorts of crazy stuff in there, and it will be expected to be implemented in October. Okay, so there we go. hopefully in October. Standby, could be late, but at least they are changing it. Remake Deviant Soldier BP affiliation. Since update messed it up. Thanks for your feedback. We've not changed the soldier's stats, same as last time. Relatively the same answer, they've just switched some of the words around. Okay, so there we go. That is everything from this one here. Okay, let's just touch on a couple of it. I did say there was something else from a previous one that I wanted to go over as well, so we will just touch on that quickly just to make sure that we cover it off. So this was in the one previous. Okay, so the previous dev insights from the last month, whatever, I just received my 3rd consecutive Lord in Ancestral banner. That's from the Spirit banner. Remove these lords from the Ancestral banners right now. Do you know what this cost me? Free to play, I'd say about 9 months. If you're a spender, several $100s, I would imagine. I didn't get a common legendary hero. That was what I was looking for. Doesn't say you didn't get one, it just says you didn't get the one you were looking for. So there we go. I didn't get Valera in her banner. I didn't get any exclusive Ancestral hero in about 300 attempts. Okay, here we go. So thanks for your suggestion. This is important, but we are now considering a suitable plan to address the issue regarding obtainment of heroes from the Spirit Invocation banner in the Ancient Summoning. We will publish an update as soon as it is a confirmed plan. Now, I would suggest you get a wriggle on with your confirmed plan, because next weekend you're releasing new heroes. One of those is an ancient, so people will be putting on an ancient banner. You will get a lot more of these, particularly as you've said you're doing it. I would try and get it in before the next ancient would be my suggestion. I don't know. There you go. So this was in the previous one. People keep asking, are they going to do it or anything? And I said, this is as much information I've got. I knew I'd read it in some dev insight. So there we go. That's as much as I've got. Now, that's pretty much me done. If you could leave me the old thumbs up, like and subscribe, would help me out massively. And that's about it. Yeah. And Dog's had his first walk. Looks happy. So that's all good. Okay. Like I say, thumbs up, like and subscribe would help me out massively. I'll see you all in a video again soon. And take care. Goodbye.